Okay. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Drawing Vancouver. And I apologize for not releasing more variety of content lately. As first, I need to get back up and running here. But I will do more whispered content and more flyover content in the future. But right now, I'm very much enjoying just drawing. So that's what you're going to be getting today. I think I want to do a little bit in this area right here, and maybe I'll even kind of go around here like this. I don't think I'm gonna go that far today, but I want to get this ironed out. Maybe this part more especially. So, have I been using this one or this one? I think I was using this one. Now, I know that I screwed this up a little bit right here. That needs to go. Because this actually doesn't need to go. It just needs to become vertical. Like that. And that's Dunsmuir. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. And I'm going to grab another line. I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to turn it like this. And I just want to line it up with Canby and Robson right there. So that's roughly where the Georgia Viaduct is. And so it's basically going to be like this. That means that this needs to go kind of like that. But I also need to work on this stuff down here. So I think I want to start duplicating a few things. So BD, this is a much smaller block. It's actually quite long. Because there's a stadium right here. This gets a little hairy. So there's a stadium there on that block. Oh no, that's a different area. That would be this block here. This block is actually, it is short, and then we can duplicate it, and there's another one like here because we have the, what is it called? Something Muse or Citadel Parade or something? I can't remember, but it's the Georgia Viaduct. Kind of goes this way. Dunsmuir Viaduct goes there. And then there's a stadium between the two. Okay, we'll deal with that in a bit. But for now, oh, this is also a little funky here. Because we know that where's Canby? There's So Camby's gonna come like this. And it's gonna do this. And this needs to curve, and then it goes straight like that. So I think I need to freehand a little bit here. Like this. Like that. And then this. Is this a full block? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this needs to go. Actually, let's trace it first. Bam. Okay. Now here. And now we delete it like that. Why is this theme thick? I think I picked the wrong. Oh, I'm on the wrong pen. That's why. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's turn this. So this needs to come. On an angle like that. And then here. Oops. That needs to go there. And then this needs to go here. Now we delete this. Now is this block actually this long? I don't know. But I'm going to go with yes. And that means that this block now needs to be drawn in. But this one goes all the way along like this to Nelson. And then it goes down like that. That's a bad angle. Okay, so this here needs to go. That's just a line, an unnecessary line. Oops. There. Okay, so now this is Camby, and it kind of goes straight, but then it needs to curve like that. Beautiful. Now we grab this, we duplicate it, and we put it here. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the roof, but there's rain, and there's also a Skytrain. Okay, so we've got another block here. And then we've got the beady walk right there. Let me think. Smythe. We've got Expo going through there. So this is an irregular block. So I'm gonna go like this. and say that this is going to go like this. This is going to be a bit, oops, undo, thinner. It's going to go like that. This is Expo Boulevard. Ooh, I don't like that line. That's Expo Boulevard, and at some point it merges with Pacific right around there. And Nelson. So if we look at the intersection of Canby and Robson, we need to grab our vertical right here, duplicate it, and bring it over here. So Canby and Robson is right there. Bam, that's the Canby Bridge. So actually I think it's slightly left, like right there. So that's a bridge, and we need to bring this like this. Bam. This block here, this really long block, is actually just a placeholder because it's being used to tell us where. Oh no. Oh no, that's wrong. Because it actually intersects with Expo Boulevard. Yeah. I wonder. Maybe Expo is straighter than I thought. Canby and Robson. Huh. What if we shifted it more that way, and then we did some erasure here? This is a little exaggerated. So, what if we took it like this? And then this was like that. And then this kind of just followed like that. Ugh, I don't like this, but something like that. And then we had like that. And then Nelson Street definitely goes over like this. And this is a bridge. That's the Canby Bridge, but it separates. So it's like you've got a point here which it separates into two bridge decks like this. And it goes over Expo. And it narrows slightly. And then you've got like a little island here. I want it to narrow a bit more. Because there's also a road here. There we go. There we go. So there is definitely like a little road here, but it's actually bi-directional, which is kind of weird. And then there's a road there as well. So like that. Like that, and then this goes a bit up like this, and then this kind of goes in, and then there's a little island here. It's not perfect, but that's kind of how it goes. And then this kind of disappears in here like that. But it's definitely meets with Pacific here. And there's like a triangle here. Actually no, this goes straight. This is not angled like this. It goes straight, and then there's like an intersection. Oof. There's an intersection with Pacific down here somewhere. Maybe it has a bit of a curve to it. I'll just add a little bit of a curve. Like so. But eventually it's going to meet up with Pacific, which we're just going to say is right there. So you've got the arc development here, and then you have another one here, and then you have a bit of a loop here, right here. But we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I want to draw the rest of Pacific Boulevard here. quite wide. That's roughly how it goes. And here we've got Drake Street going through and Davy Street going through for sure. And then we erase. My stomach is growling just from not having eaten too much today. Went climbing this morning. So now I think what I need to do is I need to bring this. This is going to be a little bit more arbitrary because I think I need a circle. It's going to be a bit arbitrary because I don't really have a gauge for the length. No fill, but I want the ring to be black. Oh, there we go. It's been a while. Okay, and then I need to shrink the size of it a lot. Like a lot. That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. And then we go like this. My apologies for my growling stomach. Okay, so I don't like this. But what we can do here is we do our half circle here, like this, and then we have another road going out this way with the half circle. So it's a bit of a traffic circle here. And this one matches up somewhere around here. Wow, that rain's coming down hard. Hope you can hear that. And then Drake Street is coming down. And I think this goes like this. And then just kind of dead ends. Not 100% sure. But it's something like that. And then this street just does an immediate curve like this. And then it sort of like does a curve like that. And it's a bit of a mess under here, like I don't know if that's there or what, but that links up there under the bridge. And then that road, there's another road that kind of goes out, but anyway, I'm not gonna get too deep into that anymore. This is already getting kind of messy. So Expo, most definitely. Looks a little bit fat here, but we're gonna narrow it a little bit. It definitely goes like straight here. For a while around the stadium. And then it curves. But it stays on the north side of the viaducts. And that's the Georgia Viaduct right there. So, Smythe and Canby. Oh, Smythe and Canby's way down here. So this is actually, the Georgia Viaduct is at Smythe and Canby, which is here. Okay, that helps. That helps a lot. Because this needs to go like this. Okay, this is starting to look a little better. Okay. Now in actuality, this goes like this. It goes over. So, because it's a viaduct, so this gets erased. And then this needs to come like this. Okay, and then the Skytrain kind of goes through here as well. Duplicate that right here. Now Abbott Street definitely goes right through. Like that. Right through Expo, there's an intersection there. And then the Georgia Viaduct also kind of goes over. So it comes through here and then it goes like that. Beautiful. And then so it also kind of cuts here. Okay, this is looking better already. Okay. And we can duplicate this. Just put it there. And then we grab our eraser. We erase this. And go back in, link it up again. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that, and I think this needs to be redrawn. This goes. And then we get a line like this guy. Duplicate it, turn it 45 degrees, and then just stick it in here. And make it longer. Then we finish off the corners with our pencil, our pen. Beatty Street, Georgia. Oh no, this is also Beatty, but this is Smythe. Oh, and we can't forget that there's an island here. Like that. Okay. I feel like we've done quite a bit here. I don't even know how long we've been recording here. It doesn't even say. But it is 8:01, so I have a feeling we've been recording for half an hour or so. There's another block in here. It's called Kiefer. Perhaps we should put in the Skytrain station, though, so we could like duplicate this. Or, no, we duplicate this. And put it right here, but then we narrow it and make it longer. And this, we will just make it a solid blue. Like this, with no edge. Okay, so this is the first bit of color. Look at that. Oops. First bit of color, because what I want to do is I want to, you know what, this is wrong. I'm going to erase this for now. Because I want to put the Skytrain in first. So the Skytrain, should I put it in as like a brush, like a highlighter? Like that, except blue? No, I should not. I do not like that idea at all. I'm going to put it in as a pen, but it's going to be a thick pen. Yeah, like that. But the color has to match that color. So how do I do that? Say like an eyedropper tool? Yes, there is an eyedropper tool. Perfect. Okay. So this has to come out of here. And it goes along here. You know what? I might even do it like this. No. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. And just kind of make it even. Oops. It's just going to narrow nicely like this. That's probably the best looking way to do it. It's going to go along the viaduct. And then it's going to pass underneath, but I don't know where it passes underneath. But that's our expo line. Okay? That's our expo line. And now, if we go back to black, and we shorten this guy, I think this is going to be more accurate. That's much better. Then it follows the Skytrain. Oops. It's a bit wonky, but it works. So that's our Expo Boulevard. And you know what? Then it turns into, it meets Carroll right there. But we forgot about Kiefer. So Kiefer, I don't know what angle Kiefer's on. Is it straight? That I think we'll have to work on later. But Abbott definitely continues through like this. And Pacific kind of has like a stretch here. Kind of weird because there's a big stadium right here. Right here. Which is quite large. It's like yay big. BC Place. So Pacific has to kind of come out here and kind of go like this. And it runs there. I think if I if I grab it from here, and I do this, bam, that's pretty much it, right there. There. And that's a dead end for Abbott, or it's a T intersection with Abbott, so it's going to be like this. Basically just this. I know like Pacific is pretty wide in this area, but it does narrow down right around here. And I actually don't like this island. I'm just going to leave it at that. So there you go. You've got Pacific going out that way. But there is this one weird thing that is here. So you've got a road here that intersects with Pacific, and it ends with like a traffic circle kind of thing. We're just going to draw it. We're going to insert a circle. And we're going to give it a line, and then we're going to give it no fill. And then we're going to shrink it down just like we did before. Very tiny. Even smaller than that. Maybe like that. We'll just leave it there. We'll move it in. And then we will put our little ring around it. I'm terrible with circles. I don't like that at all. That's also really fat and wide. I'm gonna make it narrower. There. And on the other side, we have another thing here. But what's weird about this is that it's not, I think this needs to be narrower right here. I think what we need to do is like this. And then there's a merge from the bridge. So there's like a barrier here, which kind of ends there. And this goes up like this. So this should actually be shortened to there, exactly. I can't remember if the one ramp comes off earlier or later than the other ramp, but I think we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it like that, but we definitely need this to be erased to accommodate this ramp. Like this. And then we can copy this and move it down here somewhere. Yeah, like there is good. Okay. Okay, so that's the Canby Bridge right here. I can duplicate this as well, put it like there. Yeah, like that. And then another thing, it's kind of weird. This is a really weird thing about Vancouver. There's another thing here that comes off at the same angle. And it connects with something over here. Under there. There's like an intersection under there. And then it continues down this way. And then it ends. Okay. That's complicated. But it does look pretty accurate if you ask me. Like, not perfect, of course. Like, it's so hard to get these ramps to match. But I think I've got it pretty good. Pretty good. Does Seymour go through? Seymour does not go through. That's a big block, I think. Yeah, I'd like to draw this block now. And this is Richards, but it goes here. And actually this needs to be erased. Because there's a semicircle here. Something along those lines. I don't think I'm going to redraw that from a different angle, like this. Yeah. And then this has to have the same deal. Bam. And I don't think it is. I think this just keeps going like this. I'm getting a little loose with my drawings. Oh, I think my inverter might be going. Apologies for that. I just turned it off, but I think the cooling fan needs to continue. So hopefully that turns off in a minute. Okay, this is pretty rough. These should actually be parallel, these streets, but yeah, I need to erase all that. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna grab a line. We're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna bring it over. We're gonna turn it 45 degrees. 135 is 45, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. We're gonna put it like here. I actually want it to be shorter. Like there. Yeah. And then we're going to erase this. And then we're going to try to draw some curves, I suppose. Like that. Like that. So at least they kind of match up, you know? And then like that. Oops. And here. Okay, this can go now. This can go like here. These shouldn't be super wide roads, honestly. This is Beach Avenue. Okay. And then we've got probably a traffic circle down here. There's a couple traffic circles. I think both Howe and Hornby are traffic circles, which I will draw in later. Okay, so I think that is going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. I feel like this has been quite productive. I know I have not even finished making downtown yet, but there's a lot of detail to capture, and I'm barely even capturing most of it, so appreciate the patience, and I hope you found it relaxing and enjoyable. And I'll see you in the next one.